Okay, we're here. This is the essence of why I did this course because I truly believe that there are some very specific movements that can help every pregnant woman prepare for and stack the cards in her favor for an easier birth. So, in this video, I'm just going to briefly describe why I like each of these exercises. Now, there are, of course, up above in the previous modules, exercises there. Those are just as important. They just very intimately link to what we were talking about in those modules. So I placed them up there, but those are also among my favorite movements. So don't forget about those. But in this section, you're going to do the Warrior 2 hip shift. This is a partner exercise to the train track hip shift. Train track hip shift, you're doing posterior anterior tilting. Warrior 2 hip shift, you're doing lateral. And you often will find, just like with the train track, that one side is a lot harder than the other. And that's okay. That's totally okay. But if you want to get them feeling more similar, what you're going to do is on the more sticky, ooky, sludgy side, you're going to start on that side and really spending more time over there. And then you're going to shift to the easier side and don't need to spend as much time, and then go back to that sticky side and really feel into it and then come back. It's the partner. So if you do the train track hip shift, you also want to spend a few minutes doing the Warrior 2 hip shift. Sit bone spread. This one is phenomenal for tailbone pain, for relaxing the pelvic floor. So it is fantastic to do during labor. Reverse clams tie into that birth position demo I did, where when your knees are narrower together, your birth canal, your opening for baby to exit is wider. Well, oftentimes on women, this is a challenging position to hold and maintain, and there's a lot of tightness there. So reverse clams, doing reverse clams through pregnancy, is an internal rotation exercise, and it's going to give you more mobility into getting into this position with less stickiness and more ease. So that's a wonderful one, preparing for birth. Glute scoot. This is a really simple exercise that can help with low back tension and pain. I would say particularly tension when I have moms who are in a lot of low back pain. This doesn't usually make a huge difference, but it's always worth a try. But often we carry a lot of tension in our low back. I know I do, and I definitely did during pregnancy, and I wish I had known about this exercise. Also, it is wonderful during labor because it can ease the tension and pain and discomfort you're feeling in your low back, especially if you're having back labor. I'm not saying it's going to make those labor pains go away, but it is something that you can do that can help relax those muscles in your low back. And the way this exercise works is it uses the muscle to relax the muscle. Okay, and when you're having a lot of pain in your back, that muscle is going to get really tight. That can drive tightness down into the pelvic floor. Now you have all this tension and you're trying to get baby to go down there. If you can do the sit bone spread and the glute scoot to relieve some of that tension, it can make everything change around in your labor. So it's a great one during pregnancy and a really good one to do during labor if you need it. Hip symmetry. Hip symmetry and hip stabilization, these go hand in hand. One is the hip symmetry is really relaxing. Make sure you do this reclined as you progress in pregnancy. So you may early on in pregnancy be able to be flat on the floor like I demonstrate, but over time you're going to want to prop yourself up with more and more pillows. But it's all about making that pelvis turn to melted butter. Okay, so imagine your pelvis is a stick of solid butter and you're working to melt it. The longer you can stay here, the better, but you need to be in a pain-free range. So if this position is just really uncomfortable to get into, make sure you prop up under your hips. And hip stabilization, this is all about keeping that pelvis as stable as possible while your hormones are helping it become as mobile and loose as possible, but that can cause pain. So this stabilization exercise is really great for just minimizing those daily pregnancy aches and pains. I hope you enjoy these movements and dive in now.